It's the 8 for 52 podcast.
G'day, this is Butters.
G'day, Bushy here.
Bushy, episode 20 of the 8 for 52 podcast, and this is arguably going to be the biggest one yet.
It's going to be great. We're recording this down in Causeway Bay at a pub because I haven't got time to meet you at KCC like usual.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with where we are.
Bit of traffic noise in the background.
That's all right. Love Causeway Bay, and I love the 8 for 52 podcast, and I love cricket in Hong Kong, and you can DM us on Insta anytime you want, and we've actually had a bit of feedback this week. I'm not going to talk about it, but there has been feedback.
It's been good or
We've
bad?
gone large in Nepal, Bushy.
Oh, lovely.
We've gone large in Nepal.
Well, that's because we're going to be talking about that in Sky Plaza Road. Huge Sky Plaza Road this week, so we're going to start with it.
We are. We're going to kick off with Sky Plaza Road. We're going to have outs and ins and outs, of course, later on, but we're going to kick off with Sky Plaza Road. As you'd all know, if you follow us on the socials, we had an exclusive during the week. Nepal coming to Hong Kong for T20 internationals. And it was an exclusive during the week. We've got more exclusives coming in Sky Plaza Road, Bushy.
I've got at least two, and think you've got an exclusive as well, or a bit of an add-on to what we were talking about last week with one of my rumours.
Absolutely. An add-on to the rumour. We've had our noses out there. We're sniffing around town, and we're finding out all the news. It's absolutely fantastic. Let's get on with it. We're going to jump straight into Sky Plaza Road with all the exclusives. This is the 8 for 52 podcast with Butters and
Bushy. Giddy up.
All right, there is the big bird as cricketers come in, as cricketers go out, and there's a lot going out into Malaysia, but there's going to be a lot. Well, there is a lot coming already, Canada and Malaysia. We'll get to that soon. But the Nepal exclusive that we released during the week, Bushy, coming for the T20 international games against Hong Kong, China. I cannot wait.
That's going to be fantastic in March. Now, I can't tell you what date it is yet. That's going to be exclusive. We'll probably get that information next week, but I can give you a little tidbit of information, Butters.
What?
It's a quadrangular series.
Quad.
Not just Nepal and Hong Kong, China.
Not just Nepal.
Not just Nepal.
Quad means four.
Yep. So there's two other teams yet to be announced. I have a good idea of who they are, but I can't quite tell you yet.
Hang on a sec. So the T20 World Cup's coming up. We were going to go to that, but we're not because Hong Kong, China aren't going. Are the other two teams going? To the West Indies and USA?
Can neither confirm or deny.
Oh, this is exciting. So we've got a quadrangular, Hong Kong, China, Nepal, and two yet to be announced.
Yep, and they'll be announced soon, and you'll hear it right here on the podcast, the 8 for 52. That's huge news. So we got so much international cricket coming up. We're going to talk later on about the one that's just gone, the Tri-Nations, the one that's currently on. But also coming up after Chinese New Year, we've got a break coming up here in Hong Kong. What's coming up?
East Asia Cup.
Who's coming?
T20 internationals, Hong Kong, China, Japan, China.
Yes.
No Korea this time.
No Korea. It's a Tri-Nations East Asia Cup this time. But we have an exclusive here on the podcast. They keep coming. I've got the Hong Kong, China team list.
And I haven't.
You don't.
This is the first time I'm going to hear it myself.
I will read through
another
the
exclusive
team.
for the 8 for 52 podcast. Take me through the squad, Bushy.
Well, captain, Nazakat Khan.
Excellent.
Vice captain, Yasim Murtaza.
Yeah.
Kowloon Cricket Club's Azaz Khan.
Yeah.
Anas Khan.
Excellent for Anas. That's fantastic. He had a great Asia Games.
He's in the squad. Anshuman Rath.
Yeah.
Atiq Iqbal.
Oh, that's magnificent. Teak, coach extraordinaire from Kowloon Cricket Club. Oh, that's wonderful news. That is sensational.
Also in the squad, Bubba Hyatt.
Yep.
Dhananjay Rao.
DJ. He's back. He's got hair everywhere. He used to be, he shaved it off and he's grown it back. Beard at some point as well, I think.
I think
back in the squad.
He's like Samson. He needs to have his hair. Needs that big floppy hair, and he's in the squad.
That's brilliant. Left arm.
Ehsan Khan. Haroon Ashad. Jamie Atkinson.
Fantastic. Jamie's available. Awesome. Yeah.
Jason Loy.
Oh, brilliant.
Martin Kutsia.
Yep.
Muhammad Gazamfa.
How big's this squad?
Quite large.
I've run out of page. Yeah.
Nazrullah Runner and Zishan Ali.
Nazrullah and Zishan. Well, that's, so how many is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So it's a big old squad.
Similar to the Tri-Nation squad, 16 in total.
Well, I mean, there's familiar names you'd expect to be picked through there, but I mentioned it as you went through. A Teak selection is just tremendous. DJ's wonderful to be picked, and Jamie's availability, and Jason Loy. That's great.
Fantastic. We would have seen him probably in the third place match for the Cricket Hong Kong Dragons. They're playing whoever comes third in the East Asia Cup, but he's in the main squad, so that's fantastic. I've been talking to him over the weekend. His finger's on the mend. He's back batting. It's a little sore when he fields, but it's getting better every day, so hopefully he'll get a game. Ateek, Jamie, some big names, DJ Rao.
No, it's brilliant. You just slipped in there something I didn't know. So there's the third. So like in the last tri-series, is the third team playing Hong Kong A?
Am I allowed to mention that?
I don't know. I didn't know that.
The plan is possibly yet to be confirmed.
Possibly, maybe. Let's just couch this as a pushy rumour.
Exactly. Put it in the rumour mill. But I have heard that the third place team in the East Asia Cup, so the first two will play in the morning and play off to win the East Asia Cup.
Yep.
The third place team is currently slotted. The Cricket Hong Kong Dragons are on call, ready to play that game.
Oh, so that's going to be the Dragons playing in that game.
Yes, the Dragons, not a Hong Kong A side.
Oh, it's the Dragons. Oh, that's even better.
Yeah. So Jason Loyes could possibly play all day.
I'll tell you what though, that squad, the squad that's been selected, is a little bit too good to play China.
Well, they can mix and match, and there's some players that not have played a lot of cricket for Hong Kong. Some haven't played for a while, so they'll mix and match. I'm sure they'll rest some of their superstars, perhaps. So it's a good mix and some youth.
It's going to be a great experience for the China team, put it that way, the mainland China team.
Yeah,
either way.
They're coming along in leaps and bounds.
And I tell you what, Japan are improving out of sight.
Yeah.
They're down there in that Challenger Cup at the moment, actually.
Yeah.
It's going on at the moment. Now, they were beaten by Singapore, but they have had a win as well. So, they're improving out of sight. A lot of Australian boys in that.
That has been mentioned to me as well. There's a lot of
Japanese Australian
much
boys.
like the Canadian side, have a lot of players that may have been born in the West Indies but have Canadian passports, so they've joined the Canadian side. The Japanese side have got a lot of mixed heritage.
Yeah, Japanese mums and Japanese dads.
Yeah.
But a lot of them live in Australia, and they're improving out of sight. And it's just wonderful to see, really. I mean, they're now official members of the ACC as well.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm really excited to see them play. We had the Japan women's team come last year. Now we get the men's team coming for the East Asia Cup.
Mate, so we've got East Asia Cup, T20s, Nepal plus two others coming in March. This is just tremendous. So much cricket going on. And what about at the moment? The women are away as well. They're down in Malaysia for, what is it, the ACC Women's Premier Cup?
Yes, the ACC Premier Cup, Hong Kong, China down there. It kicks off on 8th of February, which is tomorrow. We're recording early this week on a Wednesday, and it goes through until the 18th. You've got the teams they're playing correct there, Botters?
No.
No?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I believe it is Nepal, Maldives, and Bhutan.
That's their group?
That's their group, and they'll play the final. I think the top two sides of that go through to the next section. So the first game, they start on the 10th, so the tour is from the 8th.
Yeah.
But the first game, 10th of February at 9 a.m. as a very loud sports car goes tearing past Victoria Park.
Very Hong Kong-ish that was.
Yeah, in Malaysia, Hong Kong, China playing Nepal. On the 11th, they play the Maldives. On the 13th, they play Bhutan in the quarterfinal start, and the final start on the 14th. I've got the team list, actually.
Take me through it.
I will. I've got to pull it up. Got to find it. It's in here somewhere. There it is. I see it on my screen now. As usual, the captain, Kerry Chan, vice captain, Natasha Miles, Alison Sue, Betty Chan, Emma Lai, Alyssa Hubbard, Ikra Sahar, Lemma Chung will have the gloves on, Mariko Hill, Marina Laplau, Mariam Bibi, Ruchi Venkatesh, Shanzeen Shazad, and Yasmin Daswani.
Yeah, great squad, really good squad. Most of them, I presume all of them probably, were down in Western Australia at the prep tour.
As far as I'm aware, yeah, pretty much all. I don't think Natasha went down or Mariko. Mariko did.
Okay.
Yeah, but most of them were down there, so they're prepped, they're ready to go, and they've got a huge tournament starting on the 10th.
Yeah, they've got some tough games in there, but I want to see them qualify. I want to see them get through. That's fantastic. And they're not the only ones down in Malaysia. The boys are about to go down, the under-19 boys.
Yeah, and the under-19 girls.
So they're going to do a prep tour of the under-19 boys down there before they go off to Thailand for their Div 2 qualifiers. And then, as you said, the girls are down there as well. It's wonderful to see an under-19s girls team put together on the road.
Yeah, the under-19 women's Hong Kong China side fly out on Friday, which will be the 9th, and then they head to Penang
Penang.
Penang. Beautiful food in Penang. They're going to have a great time there. Play some cricket, eat some good foods.
I don't know where the boys are going, actually.
They're going to Johor Bahru.
Oh, well, okay.
So they get bored, they can just jump over the causeway and go to Singapore for a while and then jump back to Johor.
They may do that.
And they anything's possible.
They may do that.
Play a beautiful game of cricket at the Singapore Cricket Club.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's fantastic. So everyone's in Malaysia. Everyone's coming into Hong Kong. We just got cricket coming from everywhere. What else we got going on? We've got games going on right now.
Well, there's one team that's not in Malaysia, and that's the Malaysia men's team.
Yeah.
They're here in Hong Kong. They've just finished up the Tri-Nations with Canada and Hong Kong. What a series that was. The one-day series, the one-day team, they've now got accreditation, Canada, also going to the World Cup, made the final with pretty much eased into it. Malaysia beating Hong Kong by 2 runs. To make the final. 2 runs.
I can't believe we lost that.
Yeah.
We spoke about that last week.
And then they make the final. And a huge upset.
Oh, they were never a chance. They were never going to beat Canada, and they did. I mean, all
the
credit
quarter
to them.
spare. What an exciting game. If you haven't watched it, it's on YouTube. Go back and watch it. One of the best games of cricket I've called. It was shortened, 34 overs instead of the full 50 because of the weather. So it had everything going on.
No, it's fantastic for them as well. And, of course, they've got, I mean, Canada got ODI status. Malaysia, because of where they finished in that Challenge League, the qualified for the World Cup that Hong Kong finished second in, they finished down the bottom. They've got to re-qualify to get back into that. So this is prep for that. So what a wonderful preparation.
There are 2 different Malaysian teams. We called them last year in the Tri-Nations against Kuwait. That is not anywhere near the same team that's playing this year. There's a lot of players that play both tournaments. Different side. They're just different mentality. They've got the new captain in Virendeep Singh.
He's class, Virendeep.
Yeah, I've chatted to him a number of times now. He's also...
Oh, you're name dropping now. I've chatted to Virendeep a number of times. Another man crush, like Yassim, yeah?
Well, yesterday...
Is he a left armer? No, he's a right armer, isn't he?
No, he's left.
He's left,
That's right.
Love the left armers.
Exactly. Actually, at the final, I'm going to name drop again. I saw the captain from Hong Kong, Nazakat Khan.
Oh, me and Nazakat.
I shook his hand. You know what he said?
What do you say?
Thanks for following me back on Instagram.
Oh, now,
That's a quote.
That's a name drop. You made that up.
I didn't.
The cat did not say thanks for following me on Insta.
He did. He's a wonderful man. They're all very, very nice. But we'll go back to the current tour. The one-day bilateral series started on Tuesday. Malaysia versus Hong Kong. China up at Hong Kong Cricket Club.
Yeah, it was fantastic, wasn't it?
That's the first time there's been a international men's cricket game in, especially the one-day format, since 2011.
Yeah, brilliant.
You know who gave me that stat?
No.
Anshelman Rath.
Really?
I'm dropping names.
Yeah.
I had a chat to him before the toss.
Chatting with all the players.
I was.
Here we are. Yeah.
I almost found out he wasn't playing in the side yesterday before the team did. But anyway, we won't go into that detail. So the big game was up there yesterday, and another thriller. These 2 sides, they're just locked in battle at the moment. Malaysia's got the upper hand. There's no way in the world a team can defend 238 on Hong Kong Cricket Club.
No, not at all.
Except for one team.
Yeah, well, except if they're playing one team.
Well, okay, you're going there, but they got close.
I mean, how did Hong Kong, China lose from there? Seriously, with the bat? Seriously.
I'm going to actually have a chat to Virendeep when we start the games up again tomorrow, and I'm going to ask him about how this bowling attack has changed to the point where you can defend. I said there was no chance that they could defend 277 at Tin Kwong Road in the Tri-Nations, and they won by 2 runs.
Yeah.
I said on air, on the broadcast, there's no way they can defend 238 at Hong Kong Cricket Club.
Which is standard, consistent for your tipping, yeah? You're not very good.
I'm not very good at the tipping, but you have to agree, if you don't get 250 plus
I 100% agree.
Up the hill, you're not going to win the game.
Totally agree.
And they did. They won by 6 runs.
Yeah, unbelievable. Just unbelievable. But, I mean, it was ours to lose, right?
They didn't even have Muniandi, the top scorer from the Tri-Nations, play.
Yeah.
But Fies,
yeah,
their old captain, went out there and smashed 100.
Just stepped up.
And we start again for game 2 on Thursday.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, because I'm putting it out Wednesday night, I think we move back to Tin Kwong Road. Come down and watch. These 2 teams are locked. They're like 2 runs, 6 runs apart. So it's just brilliant cricket. Even if Hong Kong loses, it's such fun to watch international cricket when these 2 teams are locked.
Hang on. Hang on. It is not fun to watch Hong Kong lose. Okay? I find it enormously frustrating.
It is
at times upsetting.
Yeah, I wasn't...
at times emotional.
I wasn't thrilled with the outcome yesterday, but...
I understand your point.
Watching Zishan make the change in his head where he went, right, it's time for me to take the strike. We're running out of balls. I've got 6 overs left. It's now time. We've tried it.
And then Sherry Khan dotted up 6 in a row. I mean,
Yeah.
I know whoever was commentating at that point in time was reasonably positive about that tactic. As a viewer, I wasn't.
Well, I wasn't positive about the fact. That's why I wanted the singles at the end of each over. I wanted Zishan to try to hold the strike. And there was one time they took that single. That must have been the over before where it went. Virendeep bowled it, went past his hand, rolled down to long on, and they got the single. I asked Virendeep after the game, I said, did you deliberately leave that?
Dropping again.
Did you deliberately leave it so you could get Sherry to stay on strike for the next over? And you know what he said?
What did he say?
Nah, I just missed it.
Yeah. Look, anyway, we lost. It was a great game of cricket. It really was. And Zishan did so well to fight back in combination with Sherry there. I thought we were going to lose by a lot. And they took it to the absolute death. And yeah, we got beaten. But we've got time to turn around. There's two more games coming.
Speaking of Sharia, we had no Harun Ashad, no Nazrullah Rana, no Ahsan Nawaz in that side yesterday. So they bring in Sharia Khan, gets a 4-4. He bowled brilliantly.
Yeah, I know. But he's not. I'm just re-looking at that squad you just announced. He's not in it.
No, he's in the one-day series, but he's not in the T20.
Right, okay.
So they've gone specialist T20 players in that squad.
Speaking of someone who is in the squad, I'm keeping a close eye on the socials.
Oh, yeah?
During the week. And, just in the last 24 hours, actually. And I couldn't help but notice on Nazrullah Rana's story.
Oh, yeah?
He plays for Pakistan Association.
Oh, yeah?
Last time I checked.
Uh-huh.
He's got a big photo of USRC and it says, Home of Cricket, USRC. And to me, it looks like we've done interviews down there in the nets. And there's no doubt it is the nets at USRC. Nazrullah Rana is down there.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't...
What could that be about?
I know.
What were you talking about last week about 3 players from one club changing club?
No, well, I still haven't been told officially, so I can't comment. But
I can.
That sounds rather familiar.
I can make an educated guess.
Go on.
That Nazrullah's not down there for a drink and lunch.
Yeah, that's possible.
Anyway, watch this space.
Yeah.
Nazrullah's put it out there himself. It looks like Nazrullah Rana's off to USRC.
That would be huge.
And if he is, and it's connected to Bushy's rumour last week, there'll be 2 other Pakistan players going with him.
It's possible. Anything's possible. But, I mean, also with that, if that happens, if that's fact, I'm not confirming or denying that's fact, but that's a very good replacement for Sharia moving to Little Saiwan.
Player movements everywhere.
Yeah. It's always fun in Hong Kong domestic cricket.
Isn't it indeed? Just speaking of other tours, there's a club tour on way I saw on socials as well. LSW young boys off for an anniversary tour to Dubai.
Yeah, how good is that for the young fellas?
Yeah, it's fantastic. They're playing in 3 different locations there, Ajman, Dubai and somewhere else. I can't remember the other one. But that's wonderful for club cricket. And I understand the Kowloon Cricket Club are looking again at another under-19s tour to England in July.
Lovely.
So,
was Munir going on that tour? I think he was, right?
I don't know.
I saw him in the photo, taking the boys. But that's great for Little Saiwan. They enjoy their tour over there, get out of the cold that's coming for Chinese New Year. Very clever.
What a Sky Plaza Road we've got. Anything else?
I think that's it. I think we have to actually move on to the rest of the podcast.
Absolutely. Sky Plaza Road. We'll be back next week, hopefully, with even more exclusives on the 8 for 52 podcast.
It's time for Outs and Ends, a full wrap of senior cricket games in Hong Kong from last weekend. Here's Botters.
All right, Outs and Ends. We'll kick it off with Sunday Division 2. There was no Sunday Division 1 due to the international. So Sunday Division 2 down at KCC, Infidels played the Sri Lanka Lions. And the Infidels batted first, and they were 2 for 40, and they're actually in a little bit of trouble. They lost Mo and Samad early. But then a 97 partnership between Botfield and Balsara before Jaden Botfield was dismissed for 67 off 65. Balsara then found some partners and he got all the way to 113, leading the Infidels to a total score of 274.
Nice work to Vang. Lions at one stage were 8 for 31.
I was down there watching. It was an absolute massacre. Niaz was absolutely unplayable, just swinging it back in, just taking wickets, and Addy Canthan bowled beautiful at the other end, and amazing.
5 for 19 off 8.
Yeah.
I haven't had time because of the international stack to be on social media, but I'm sure there were some nice clips. Oh, there probably wasn't any clips, but anyway, we won't talk about that.
He was unbelievable. It was a big win for the Infidels, an important one.
Yeah, great win.
And it could go net run rate, of course, with the Optimist later in the season, so that was an important win for them. And up the hill, the LSW Knights, they played the HKCC Wanderers, who were top of the table. They were beaten by the Infidels, but they're still very much top of the table, and it was an absolute mismatch. LSW Knights all out for 73 in the 21st over. You think Niaz, 5 for 19 was good. Adil Mahmood, 5 for 7 off 6. Wanderers came out, Bushy, and they knocked it off in the 9th over.
No, that shouldn't be too hard. So,
In the 9th over.
So they went at about 8 and over.
Absolutely horrific. Zanol, he got 40, and the Wanderers win in the 9th. They stay top of the table. Let's move to the leaderboards. Or do you want to put in something else?
I just want to point out that we both got those tips right.
Yeah, we did. And
I don't get many right.
if we had got them wrong,
Yeah, true.
there wouldn't be episode 21, put it that way. Anyway, leaderboards, Jason Loy still sitting on top, 448 at 74.67, and announced in the East Asia Cup squad, well deserved. Vian Van Zyl, 357 at 71.4, and Ben Zanol, off the back of his 40, he's third, 309 at 51.5. The bowling side, Arthur Chu. There you go, Arthur. I told you, KCC, I wouldn't get it wrong this time. Arthur Chu, having led for much of the season, and he still leads, but he's been joined by Adi Kanthan from the Infidels, both on 18. Azafar Muhammad, he's on 13. What does the table look like now?
Yeah, well, the Dragons played a majority of their games like last year, so he hasn't rolled the arm over too much,
that is
Arthur.
true.
The table at the top with a big win. HKCC Wanderers, they've played 8. They've won 6 of them, and they're on 13. 5-point gap back to the Infidels, but the Infidels have a 2-game advantage. HKCC Optimus in third on 8 as well. They've also played 6. In fourth, it's the Lions. They've had 2 wins, got 5 points, and tied on 4 points, separated by net run rate. It's the Little Saiwan Knights and the Dragons.
Yeah, one team will be promoted here, of course, and that'll be the winner of the grand final. I'm prepared to say the Wanderers are one team in that grand final now. They've got 2 games left against the Lions and the Optimus. The Infidels and the Optimus are on 8 points, both having played 6 games. Infidels with a superior net run rate, but they do play each other in the last game of the season. So it could very well come down to, although the Optimus have got to play the Wanderers as well. So we'll see if any match fixing goes on there.
Yeah, could be.
See what happens. But I mean, yeah, it's going to be very exciting, and in all likelihood, it's going to come down to that last game for the second spot in the grand final and the chance of promotion out of Sunday Division 2. Go on to Saturday Division 1. Punjab Lions versus the Charlie Bears, and of course the Charlie Bears, the never again Charlie Bears, as you call them.
I picked them.
Unbackable favourites against the Punjab Lions out at Mission Road. Charlie Bears cannot lose this. They lose.
Oh my God.
Punjab Lions win.
That's a shocker. Charlie Bears, never, ever, ever, ever again.
That was the only game in Saturday Division 1 and probably the upset of the season, I would argue.
That's a cracker. Well done to the Punjab Lions.
Yeah, well done indeed. Battle leading board, Samad Khan stays on top, 422 at over 52. Ankur Vajishta from the Yodders, he's 356 at just under 60, and Justin Heathcote from Lama, 306 at 43. Bowling leaderboard, Niaz Ali still top from the Tartars at 17. And all the other guys from KCC, Mustafa Iqbal, Adi Kanthan and Ash Caddy, all equal on 16. What about the table here?
Okay, KCC Tartars on top. They've got 13 points, tied with Lama, but net run rate difference also on 13. But KCC Tartars have 2 extra games in hand. In third, it's the Gap Ramblers on 12. 3 teams on 9 points. The HKCC Nomads, the USRC Lions, and the Little Saiwan Sky Warriors on 8 points. Should be on 10 points. It's the Charlie Bears, now 3 and 4. Their win-loss rate, because they went down to Punjab Lions in 8th. The Yodders on 7 points. On 6 points, 2 teams. CCC Jing Sung doing their charge back up the ladder to get out of relegation, and the Crusaders. And on 5 points, it's the PACC Rising Stars, and with that win, Punjab Lions get their second on the board. They've got 5 points as well.
Yeah, if you look at the top of the table, I think at the start of the season I tipped the Tartars Gap Ramblers grand final, and it looks like being the case. Gap Ramblers are on 12 points, 1 behind Lama, but Lama have played 2 more games. Looking down the bottom, Punjab giving themselves a chance at staying up. Rising Stars and Punjab still in the relegation positions, but they're only 1 point behind both Jing Sung and Crusaders, and I note that there are some big games coming up at the bottom end of the table, just as there is at the top of the table, including Punjab versus Crusaders. So that could be a playoff for relegation.
So the Crusaders have Gap Ramblers and Punjab Lions,
Yep.
and you pretty much know they're going to reverse the win-loss.
So you reckon they beat the Gap Ramblers and lose the Punjab?
That's the Crusaders' way.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the case. Anyway, let's see. That's Division 1, where it's still all on the line at the top and the bottom. Saturday, Division 2, this week, the USRC Tigers against Hung Si. And it was a flogging. Tigers scored 331. There was no centuries, just everyone got runs, right? Sabah Muhammad, he top scored with 73. Henry Su, he did take a fifer, did really well.
Hung Si, Thinlay Kenchup 75, but bugger all else and done for 169.
Yeah, 331 plays 169. Big win for the Tigers there. Top of the table clash out of GDB, HKU versus Lancers.
We went opposites on this one.
Yeah, I was tipping the Lancers. You were tipping HKU, and the Lancers absolutely belted them. 118 not out for Bajor, and an 18 knot from Cambodge led the way. They absolutely belted them. It was top of the table. Lancers looking good, Bushy.
Yeah, the Lancers are very, very good, and I should never go with my heart and HKU.
You got that one wrong, but you get the next one right.
Well, in the never ever category, I mean, there is the Kowloon Cricket Club Saracens, and they took on the Centaurs. How did they lose, the Saracens? How is it possible in this game? I mean, they find a way each week, and it's always a novel way, but they've done it again.
Before we get to that, I just want to speak one-on-one.
Go on.
I want to take this opportunity to speak one-on-one with Malhar Bora. Malhar, are you listening? Last week, I said, I tipped you, and I need you to do it for me. Okay, you got a few runs. Humza got 100. You score over 200, and you lose. Seriously? At home. Never again, Saracens.
Oh, Carl, welcome to the dark side.
Never again, Saracens.
We're starting to get into the never-evers again.
They've done me.
Okay, well, let's move on. That's a sad tale for the Saracens, but there was another game as well.
Yeah, there was.
One Leaders versus the HKCC Witherers.
Yeah, we both tipped the Witherers, and we both got that right. They absolutely smashed the Leaders. What's the batting leaderboard? Tanmay Bajur off those runs. He goes top, 423 at 70. Hamza Jawad off his 100. He's 417 at just under 60. Chris Ryan, 396, averaging 132, if you don't mind. The bowling side, Asad Ashfaq, he still sits top with 22. Rupesh Patard from the Lancers, 20. And a logjam on 17. Henry Su from Hung Si, Ramkrishna Saranga from the Leaders, and Naket Singh from Surias, all on 17. What's the table like, Bushy?
Well, with that big win, top of the table against Lancers and HKU. Lancers now clear by 3 points. They're on 18 with only one game remaining. HKU on 15, also one game remaining. In third, back 2 points. There's a logjam behind HKU. They won't want to lose anymore because the USRC Tigers, the HKCC Witherers and Kaitak are all on 13 points. In sixth, it's Little Saiwan Leaders on 12. On 10 points, it's the Little Saiwan Thunder. On 7, Laguna Gully. On 6, it's the India Club Surias. On 5, Centaur Cricket Club. And down the bottom, tied on 2 points, it's the KCC Saracens and CCC Hung Si.
Never again, Saracens down the bottom there. But what about the top of the table? This is coming to an amazing climax with promotion on the line for the top two teams. Lancers played 10 on 18. HKU played 10 on 15. Tigers, USRC, played 8 on 13. Witherers played 9 on 13. You've got games. You've got Tigers playing the Witherers coming up. You've got Tigers versus HKU coming up. So it's all on the line there.
What's your pick for the top two?
I think the Tigers.
I think the Tigers too.
I think the Witherers will. Well, Witherers got to play Lancers and Tigers. If they win both of them, they finish 17. They're still not guaranteed because there's an extra game there for the Tigers. So I think Tigers, Lancers.
I agree. That looks good, but there's still anything can happen.
Yeah, it can. Big games coming up. Big games coming up. That's it for Outs and Ins this week. We'll be back with more.
It's time for Ins and Outs, with all the weekend senior games covered. Here's Butters.
All right, Ins and Outs. What do we got? 5 games across 3 divisions. No Sunday Div 2 this weekend. We'll kick it off with Sunday Div 1, where the USRC Vagabonds, who are still in relegation zone, are playing the Templars. This is on Tuesday, actually. We've got the long weekend. There's no games on... Well, there's one game on Saturday. There's no games on Sunday. The 2 Sunday Div 1s are on Tuesday. Templars, Vagabonds at KCC.
We'll get to that Saturday game, which is weird because it's Chinese New Year. Tuesday, February 13. So there's a gap between the internationals that finish this Friday and then they restart for the East Asia Cup on Wednesday. So I have the day off, which means I'll be down at KCC calling this game, the Templars versus the Vagabonds.
Which will be on KCC YouTube.
Yes, it will.
I won't be down there because I'll be in Phuket.
Oh, how nice.
But I'll be watching.
Thank you.
I'll have it on my iPad, sitting on a beach, drinking.
Put your headphones on, listen to the commentary.
I will.
If I've got to go work on that day.
I will.
Of course, I'm picking the top of the table Templars.
Yeah, I think I'll have some free time in the afternoon in Phuket. I think that'll be over early. Templars will win that. The other USRC team, they're going up the hill to play the Scorpions. The USRC Elite, again, they are in relegation trouble there with LSW sitting behind them versus the Scorpions.
Yeah, they're going to be an even more relegation issue after this game. The Scorpions, I'm not sure, will how much of the big names between
That's a good point. That's a good point, actually. I was about to say that if I flick over to HKCC YouTube, which doesn't really work, but if it does this weekend, when the Templars finish early, hoping to watch some of the match from up the hill, it will probably be finished already. But that's a good point you raised. I hadn't thought about that.
So we're looking at the East Asia. So the internationals against Malaysia finish on Friday.
Yeah.
Some of the players are obviously going to want to have a rest until the East Asia. That's Niaz, Anch. Who else they got in there?
It's Niaz, Nazakat, you mean?
Nazakat, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm reading Niz off there. So Nazakat, the captain, he'll probably have a rest, won't play the Scorpions.
Archie's carrying a bit of an injury already.
Yeah, there's no way in the world he's going to risk playing for the Scorpions on Tuesday before the East Asia game start.
Martin will play because he faced about 10 balls in the last 3 weeks.
I don't think he will play. I don't think he'll play for the Scorpions.
Why not? He hasn't batted.
Is he in the East Asia? I've got the
list. He is.
Okay, so I don't think anyone that's in the East Asia Cup will be playing on Tuesday. So I don't think there'll be any Bubba or Azaz for the Templars. And I don't think there's going to be any Nazakat, Anch, or Martin for the Scorpions.
Yeah, you might be right, actually.
Because it's the day before the East Asia Cup.
So, good point.
That said...
If anyone's going to play, it might be Martin.
Yeah, possibly. That said, Templars and Scorpions are still going to thrash them.
Yeah, I agree. Scorpions will win as well. So that's all on Tuesday.
Yep.
The day before, on the Monday, we've got some Saturday Division 1 where the USAC Lions are up against the Tartars at KCC.
Yep, top of the table Tartars are going to win that one easy as well.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not going to be a good week. Good Chinese New Year for USRC, I fear.
Extending, lack of availability due to internationals.
Yep.
During these Saturday teams, there could be a lack of availability due to holidays as well. So
yep,
it wouldn't surprise if that Tartars team is under strength due to people travelling.
I also missed out for the Templars, not only just Azaz and Bubba, but also Jamie Atkinson will be missing as well.
Yeah.
So 3 big names for the bat, but I'm sure they've got the covered. They'll still get it covered.
I reckon Jamie will play as well. But yeah, I tip Tartars with confidence, but without knowing who might be on a plane out from Sky Plaza Road down to Phuket or somewhere else.
The same rules apply to the 3 USRC teams, Vagabonds, Elite and Lions. So
true.
Tartars to win that one. Who's next?
Jinsung, Krakengower Jinsung on the fight back. This is a big one for them against their friends, their cousins at HKCC, the Nomads. This is a big game, actually.
It is. Look, every time I pick against Jinsung at the moment, they tend to win. So good luck, Jinsung, because I'm picking the Nomads.
Well, I'm going to go for Jinsung again. They've done me no harm the last 2 times. I picked them both times at 1.
Tom will be very happy because every time you pick him.
Todd Lingram.
No, that's a different guy.
That's a different bloke. Tom Ingram, you mean, from Jinsung.
Tom, who's told us that they're going to avoid relegation. A tough game, let's be honest.
Yeah, and that's a real important game for Crusaders, Rising Stars, and Punjab Lions as well. I'm sure they'll be watching that if HKCC can get their telecast working. So that's on Monday, those 2, and then on Saturday...
What a weird game. I mean, it's Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have the 2-day game over Christmas, but Chinese New Year is usually everybody's out, but 2 teams having to play all the way out in Cam Tin.
Yeah, LSW Thunder against India Club Shiraz. Mid-table clash. Nothing really to play for here except pride. I'll tip Shiraz out at Cam Tin.
Well, I mean, Little Side One have got no love this year from anybody, so I'm going to go the Thunder.
All right, no worries. We've got them in the bank, and I think that is it for the pretty strange ins and outs over the Chinese New Year. And now it's time for Bushy's Birthday Bonanza. All right, what all the listeners tune in for, it's that time again, Bushy's Birthday Bonanza.
Oh, yes. Lots of birthdays this week.
Oh, really? Good.
Lots.
Good.
We have those weeks where we have one or none.
Or none, yeah.
Lots this week. Starting on February 5th, we have to back up a bit because I've put a few more into the system. Jawad Iqbal, the assistant coach for Hong Kong, China.
Oh, brilliant. Jawad.
He was on the broadcast on...
Yeah, I saw Imi interviewed him. Jawad, fantastic fella. Happy birthday, Jawad.
Yep, turning 52. Ronnie Kapoor, he had a birthday yesterday.
He's not 52.
He's not. He's 20 now.
20.
He's actually got out of his teens
He's
finally.
a big boy.
He's a big unit.
Still can't get into a casino in the US.
I don't know if I mentioned it before on the podcast, but I see the two Kapoor boys, Rag running, and you think one's the pacer, one's the spinner.
Yeah, it's the other way around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Happy birthday, Ronnie.
Yeah, Jack Metters.
Oh, yeah.
From Hong Kong.
We
Cricket
did him
Club.
last week.
Did we? Well,
Yeah.
he's also the same birthday as Ronnie.
Okay.
So, we put him back
Happy
in.
birthday again, Jack.
Now we actually might get into the ones going forward on the 9th, which is Friday, I do believe, from I think he's at Hong Kong Cricket Club.
Who was it?
Aryan Chandramani.
Ah, the Iceman.
The
of course.
Iceman.
Of course he's at HKCC.
He,
Happy birthday, Iceman.
oh, you'll be able to celebrate with a cold pint.
He's 18.
He's turning 18.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Happy birthday, Iceman.
And on the 12th, which would be Monday next week, he's not celebrating with a pint. One of your favourite players, up-and-coming players. Can you guess who?
Nope.
In the under-19 squad he might be flying out on his birthday, actually.
Who was it?
He's a paceman. He's tall.
Danny Mapp.
Danny Mapp!
Birthday time.
Birthday time. He's
Oh.
turning 16 on Monday.
Absolutely fantastic. Happy birthday, Danny Mapp.
From PACC Premier on the 13th, we'll be having a birthday turning 30. It's Manjinder Sunny Singh.
All right. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. That's brilliant. He's 30, yeah?
Yep, 30. And
Brilliant.
one more birthday we'll push through just in case we have a late podcast next week.
It's always possible.
Heading off already, flying out to Malaysia with the Hong Kong China women's team. It's a very happy birthday to Shanzine Shazam.
Ah, Shanzine, happy birthday to you. How old is she?
She'll be turning 30.
Oh, fantastic. Another 30th. That's a big one.
Oh, yeah, and you told me I'm not allowed to say the latest.
I know. That's why I was expecting you not to give it, but you did.
I did.
Yeah.
Fallen into the trap.
You shouldn't have.
Happy birthday, Shanzine.
Well, there's a lot of birthdays this week. Happy birthday to all of you Hong Kong cricketers out there. Hope you have a wonderful day. That's it for Bushy's Birthday Bonanza for episode 20.
This is Jason Loy from the CHK Dragons, and you're listening to the 8 for 52 podcast with Bodders and Bushy.
All right, episode 20 coming to a sad conclusion, but what a big weekend and weeks we've got in front of us. Domestic cricket, a little bit of a hiatus, a few less games over Chinese New Year, but a few games to get into, and out there you can watch. KCC will be on YouTube, HKCC maybe, but what a Sky Plaza Road.
Mate, you've been putting out that exclusive that Nepal's coming to Hong Kong in March,
Yeah.
and the likes are going off on Instagram.
Ah, we're over 1,000.
That's outrageous.
We're quite popular in Nepal at the moment.
Yeah, well, I wonder what that is.
Yeah. They're reaching out to us with our exclusive. They're coming to town and we're all very excited about it.
An exclusive that I know 2 other teams are coming. We will announce them in next week's podcast, I am sure. So a quadrangular T20 international.
I have no doubt that they are both big names.
They are. I can tell you that right now. It's going to be 4 big names: Hong Kong, China, Nepal, and two big confirmed.
It's awesome. Awesome. Well, of course, East Asia Cup coming up. We had the exclusive announcement. Bushy, you brought us.
How about all
with the
those
squad?
names? Yeah. Atiq Iqbal getting the nod. So many people come up to me and go, why isn't Atiq in the side? Why isn't Atiq in the side? Well, he's now in the side.
He is,
Stop
he is.
asking. Jamie. It's obviously he's got some time off from work. He works at a school, but it's Chinese New Year, so he's got a week off anyway.
Yeah, it's brilliant to see him in there. And DJ Rao, of course.
Oh, fantastic to see DJ. Love the left arm, you know me.
Najrullah Rana, USRC's new player.
Well, I'm not confirming or denying that one.
Well, he's made it pretty public, I think, on his Insta story.
Until I get confirmation, we'll just assume he was down there for a cheeky naan.
Yeah, I'd probably not, but anyway, we'll wait and see.
We can ask former friend, not former, he's still our friend of the podcast, Imran Arif.
Yeah, he'd be probably, if it's official, it might be official out there now. I don't know, but anyway, that's what his Insta said. Anyway, he was down at USRC. It might be nothing more than that.
I'll tell you right now that Imran will be very chuffed if you talk to him. He'll tell you anything because I told him when we're doing the broadcast of Hong Kong China AV Hong Kong China, he has the number one podcast episode.
Is he the number one, Ray?
He is the number one. Yep.
Wow.
Nizakat Khan, episode 1, right behind him.
Wow.
Less than 1 percentage points between the two of them. They're having a race at the top.
But Emmy's top at the moment, yeah?
Yep, Emmy's at the top.
Well, East Asia Cup coming up, under 19s, both boys and girls, men's and women's. They're away in Malaysia, along with the women's squad.
Yep, huge. We're all going down there while the Malaysia men's team are here, and the one-day series, the bilateral series continues Thursday and Friday. Game 1 done. Went into Malaysia's hands by 6 runs.
Yeah, big games coming up, all broadcast, of course, all the internationals. I don't know if the ones from Malaysia, the women's and both under 19s, will be or not. We'll try to keep you informed of that as we push forward.
If I had the chance, I would have flown down and broadcast them, but I can't because I'm stuck here doing many internationals.
You'd get out to Sky Plaza Road at the drop of a hat.
I would. I'd be on the first plane out, but unfortunately, I'm here doing lots of internationals. East Asia Cup next week. Japan coming to town. Woo!
Yeah, well, good luck with that because Botters is off to Sky Plaza Road to go sit on a beach in Phuket.
That's outrageous.
Beautiful, isn't it?
School's only just gone back.
I might have a game of golf, actually, while I'm down there.
That is outrageous. You'll break in half.
I'm
all skin and
quite a
bone.
handy golfer. When I was a young bloke, don't play enough anymore. I'm a bit too busy, but was a handy golfer once upon a
I used to
time.
play a lot of golf as well, but then I'm now too poor.
Yeah,
I can't afford it.
you play that Friday Masters League.
Yeah, that's cheap. That's $250 a game. I can afford that one. I can't afford a game of golf in Hong Kong.
Yeah, anyway, we nearly got through an episode without talking about Masters
You brought
League.
it up.
I know I did. It was a bad mistake from me. Anyway, that's it. Don't give Bushy the opportunity to talk about Masters League. Let's finish it up. Let's wrap it up. We're gone. We've had a huge episode, a huge Sky Plaza Road, and we'll be back with even a bigger episode next week, hopefully with more exclusives. That's it for us at the 8 for 52 podcast.
See ya.
Hello, good morning. We're tossing a
The 8 for 52 theme song is The Coin Toss from the band The Duckworth Lewis Method. Find them on Apple iTunes and YouTube and download that song and all their other cricket-related music.
The 8 for 52 podcast is written, produced and published by Matt Botfield and Aaron Bush for Trip Ahead Limited. Copyright 2024.
I think I'll go in for a bat, and that's that.